Greetings. Namaste. Good morning. Um, Welcome to show number 2 this year. This is Andrew. I think my channel is just called the Andrew Nash channel. So I'm going to try to do a couple videos a week. I'm starting out with not a lot of graphics and things like that. I'm just trying to get some ideas and thoughts out there. So thanks for being here and bear with me. I'm hoping to just join the internet YouTube discussion on these important topics of um, what's going on in the world, kind of corporatism versus localism, and let's see, spirituality, transformation. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the age of transformation. Um, so, Um, there are different ages that are talked about by different groups and kind of different mentalities too. Some have like a straight historical view, and some have this sort of mythological view. And I find it interesting to think about it in different ways like that. I feel like we don't really have the chronology down very good. It's some of it, even for the stuff that we're trying to be chronological with, is impossible to do beyond about 4 or 5 thousand BC. We just things get really murky, and it gets into mythology and anthropology and archaeology and dating things, and documents are not as evident. Languages were different. Things were, written in stone. We've got all this um, interesting art. Um, so, as far as the Vedic kind of thinking, there are, I think there's 5 ages actually. Um, may be corrected by somebody out there, but I know there's the Satya Yuga, Theravada Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga. Those were the various ages going from like the Golden Age to the sort of so-called Dark Age. I got to look more into that. So that's just kind of a sketch of it. But we had a time when humans lived in harmony with each other. They didn't seem to need to eat a lot. They lived a long time. They seemed to be good with the animals, not needing maybe to eat meat. They lived on and built monumental buildings and pyramids and things like that. Um, let's see, I'm not sure if it's the next one's Theravada Yuga or Treta Yuga, because um, I started to look it up, but I wasn't finding what I was looking for, so I just thought I'd go live and just talk about it in a general way. So there's just a incoming of kind of negative forces, dark energies, and things that bring people down. We live shorter. We have diseases. We have conflicts. We're more grasping. We still have mental power. That's one of the big things in the older times, is that we had great mental power. And then we descend, and we're supposedly in this dark age right now. And kind of everyone's starting to feel like we are raising our consciousness, and so maybe the dark age is transforming or ending. But it's like this destructive process and birth process, and we don't know if we're going to survive it. So in the ages of, I don't know if this is from like ancient Greece, but there's the 5 ages of man, which are the golden age, the silver age, the bronze age, the age of heroes, and the iron age. And similarly, there's a golden age that people lived long lives, and they were almost godlike. We have a hard time placing it in um, actual history. Um, they may have had superpowers. There then usually between the ages, there's some kind of a destructive event, a cataclysm, and so there may have been so, cataclysms and destructive events. Sometimes that could be wars too. So each of these ages had special traits, um, developments of technology, sociology, um, these kind of things. The current age is so-called Iron Age or the end of the Iron Age, and it seems like in all the ways we look at this, we're kind of coming into a new age right now. But the Iron Age, iron is used for swords, iron is used for building, iron is used for plowing the earth, but iron oxidizes, iron rusts. It's also has the qualities of um, greed, acquisition, materialism, conflict, that kind of thing. Um, but we don't seem like we want to fight with swords anymore. We want to fight with drones and computers, and so maybe we're coming into that sort of age, this technology age. That's pretty clear. Kind of on a historical level, we had ancient peoples that were Stone Age peoples. They were hunter gatherers. They were um, wanderers. They followed herds of animals. Um, they often, well, way back then, supposedly there was ice ages. So they lived, around these giant walls of ice. It was very cold. They followed herds of grazing animals and giant like mastodons. There was different animals back then. These giant um, megafauna in North America, and then there was some kind of a change with that, either slow, because there's different views of it. It could have been a slow melting of the ice sheets and then warming of the ground, and people started farming and sort of evolved that way. Or there could have been some giant cataclysm that changed that way of life, and just a small amount of people survived, and then they evolved in after that. Well, when putting the pieces back together, there's many views on how they evolved. Maybe there was like a race of wise, powerful people that started the new communities and taught people how to start again. Um, and then there's the age of farming and people growing in villages and the politics of that, and then city states, and then war, and then nations, and all that. And now the modern age of technology and warfare in our technological way. Um, so let's see. Another series of terms is the Pleistocene, the Holocene, the Anthropocene. So, you know, pre-modern times uh, with stone, and then there's the time where humans began to dominate and congregate and form towns and technology and cities and all that. And now we're such a force on the earth that we are actually altering the climate, the planet, we're the most dominant force of change at this point. So the Anthropocene. Um, so one thing that I've noticed is throughout these different kind of classes of ages is with the change of each age, there is often a big event that causes like the society or the world to be damaged, cataclysmically altered. Um, and so then there's a chance for a new start of people, but of course other things as well. Um, and it's a scary thing because we feel like I feel like that we're at a time where things are so tilting and rickety that there feels like we're on the verge of having some type of a cataclysmic event ourselves, some type of giant change to society, and um, we try to hope that it's going to be a positive um, transformation, a semi spiritual transformation. So that's what I pray for and meditate for, um, and feel like, yeah, it's a personal thing, it's a group thing, it's a society thing, it's like a cosmic thing. We're in the process of transformation, and it's our very existence is dependent on it. Our very survival and the survival of life on Earth in a positive way is dependent on our spiritual growth, transformation, realizing that we are one with each other, one with the planet, one with the animals, one with the soil, um, that we cannot just extract from the earth and we cannot extract from each other, that we have to be reciprocal, and that, gosh, we have to grow and we have to learn and we have to transform. And that's what we're in the age of transformation. And it is it is so hard. It is so hard. Um, okay, well, I just wanted to do a short introduction. Um, I'm gonna get myself together and go on a little hike and um, get some fresh air. It's probably about 30 degrees out there right now. It's a little bit of snow on the ground, and should be beautiful. So anyway, thanks for hanging with me, Andrew Nash here, and you have a good day and have a have a quiet moment and get grounded. All right, peace.